Alright. It feels a little weird bringing you guys in on a game that I've been playing a whole bunch on my own, but I'm having so much fun playing Risk of Rain that I kind of want to just share that. So, Risk of Rain is one of those games that you start out with just a normal character and you just get more and more items that make you stronger over time. And you try and go as far as you can in the game, and then if you lose, you go back to the beginning. You start over again. So there's no real progression that we're going to have from one run to the other. But as you will see, I've gotten better at the game over time, and so we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to be pretty good compared to a new player. So I just kind of want to preface this all with that. And I'll explain the game as we go along, but I just kind of want to share because I'm having so much fun with it. So, Risk of Rain is a roguelike game. So, whenever you start, you get a character, and they are just, they have their skill sets. And you get items like these from the item shops that do things, such as dropping a healing orb on a kill. So now you get those green healing orbs. And the great thing about this game is over time, the difficulty just keeps increasing, but the items that you get help balance the difficulty. To the point where later on, we're going to be taking on some really difficult enemies, and we'll have enough items to really help us with that. So the other thing is these levels, they're all custom-made levels, but the items that you get are all randomized. And each level you go through, you try and get a bunch of items, and then you go to the teleporter, which takes you to the next level. And when you go to the teleporter, you have to face the boss monsters. And you go through several levels, and then eventually you beat the game, but more than likely you're just gonna die, and you get to start over. That's that's the general premise of it. Um, what you do is you try and kill monsters and collect currency, and the currency helps you pay for the items. All right. So with this character, I like to be very fast. I like to be mobile. I like to sort of always be moving around. I'm going to, at least early on, not even get all of the items and probably just rush to get to the teleporter, because the teleporter will get us to levels with more items, and it's just overall a good strategy for us to rush towards the next levels. That's not always the case, so at some point along the way, we're going to switch over to trying to get all of the items on the level. But at least early on here, we don't want to spend too much time trying to get items when we could be moving forward. So this is the teleporter, every level has one, and when you activate it, you have to fight a boss monster. In this case, it's that giant jellyfish in the sky. And that's really bad. That's a very devastating attack that he does. But it only affects you if you're in his line of sight, which is why I ran behind a rock. So now that the boss has been killed, we get an item drop from him, and we have to wait for the teleporter here to charge. You have to be near the teleporter within this red boundary area for the teleporter to charge. And the whole strategy in this game is just getting items that pair well together. So I'm going to be looking for things that make me faster, things that make me heal, and things that do area of effect damage. So like gasoline is a thing that makes mobs catch fire when you kill them, and they light nearby enemies on fire. So getting kills clears out a lot of the weak enemies. One of the neat things about this character is what I just did there. There is a special move that if you go up behind an enemy and stab them, they take enormous amount of damage from all of the following attacks. So it's very useful to, on harder enemies like this guy, to sneak up behind them and stab them. Now, things do have a cooldown down in the bottom right. If I use my knife, you can see the M2 now is counting up, or counting down. And that is a cooldown, so where I can't use it again. Alright, so I really like the teddy bear we just got. The teddy bears help prevent damage, so there's just a chance for it to block any damage I get. The more of those I have, the more likely it is to block damage. Up to, if you have a ton of them, like maybe 20 of them, almost all incoming damage would be blocked. So it is really nice to get those, and as many of them as we can get. Also, up at the very top right, you can see it just flicked over from easy to medium, so now the enemies are more difficult. You still get the same enemies, but their difficulty has increased. You also have a chance to get different enemies now as well. And that will keep increasing. I don't really want to go to the next wave yet, but I really am not seeing any sort of items for me to buy. Oh, there's a few more back here. I'll take the shield. And we're just gonna do the teleporter. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just keep moving to the next level. See how much more damage I'm doing to her? The queen there? After the knife attack? So powerful. And we got a stealth kit. Not incredibly useful. You start, after you play a bunch of this game, you really do pick up on what the different items are. The whole strategy of the game is around getting, or knowing, what items are good to buy, which ones will go together. Later on, we can trade some of the items for other items, which will come in handy, because it then is possible for you to go for a bunch of items in a row, like teddy bears, or gasoline, or something like that. I also like just rushing to the next level because there's many more chests. You get better items and stuff later on. So the chests are also different. That's a utility chest, so that's going to do things like provide shields or movement speeds. The blue chests are just a random item. We've seen a few of those so far. Like this is now going to be a green level item, but it's going to be a random one because it's a big chest. It's also hard to see, so it's a large chest for 169. Nice. And it's a green level item. That's really nice. So now I move really quick outside of combat, which for this character I like a lot. So that's a 3D printer. That changes a gray level item for the item in the 3D printer at random. So if I were to hit that, it could take any of my gray items and turn it into that key. There we go, that's gasoline. Love having gasoline. Just gonna keep running. Ooh, ukulele's also very good. This causes chain lightning between enemies. Alright, I like the glasses here. The glasses are going to be very useful. If we get a few of those, the critical strikes are going to be much more common. Critical strikes also pertain to things like the chain lightning, so it makes the chances of me doing my other effects a lot higher too. Great to have the glasses. Let's see. What are you? Incinerator drone. I should hang out here and get some of those things. So that guy, you saw that he was blue. He's an elite level enemy. Elites are harder enemies and they have special abilities and effects. Now that we're in hard difficulty, we'll start seeing those more. More glasses. Now we're up to a 20% chance. Armor plates, very nice. I want tons of armor plates if I can. Probably not gonna happen. But if I have the chance to get a bunch. Alright. Random item. A roach. And then the incinerator drone. 300. Alright. I'm activating the teleporter. We'll grab the incinerator drone with the money we make from this. Man, those guys are a pain in the butt. So drones are the little things that are flying around. They're helping us out. I have 2 gunner drones and an incinerator drone. Incinerator drone's crazy. And they come with us through the different levels. Oh, I also forgot to mention, the gold that you get during these gets turned into experience when you activate the teleporter. So you see how we have 312 money? That goes away, becomes experience, and then we go to the next level with $0. Ugh, I hate the birds. Oh, I forgot to get the utility last round, didn't I? Alright. Legs. I love legs. The quicker you can move, the better it is for your character. Alright. Health kit, that's good. Another health kit. Health kits are nice. They are a guaranteed... Ooh, so we're so fast now. They're a guaranteed amount of health back after taking damage. Having more speed also helps you explore the level like this. This is pretty fast. I like this a lot. Because now I'm just running around looking for chests, because I wanna buy items. I don't like that one. So this is an equipment. The equipment is a very long cooldown, but they're usually pretty strong. That one just clears status effects like being on fire. I don't like it that much. It hasn't come in handy for me that much. Other ones usually can do damage, and those are way more useful. At least for how I like to play. Probably just a couple more items and then we're gonna go. Gasoline. Some mushrooms to help us heal. Alright. I feel like it's time to move. Easy. That is one of the more difficult bosses, and it's pretty easy to beat him. So I haven't really gotten much that increases my rate of fire. That is one of the things that I'd be looking for at this point, is increasing my rate of fire, because it helps me reload the shotgun quicker, helps me take and shoot more, which usually causes things like the gasoline and the electric sparks to trigger more often. And I still primarily do my damage by shooting things. So increasing that speed is significantly advantageous for us. I did get a lot of stuff to help my movement speed though, which is fine. I like that for this character. these guys are pretty difficult. Ow. Also, this worm thing is actually a boss from earlier levels that is now just a normal enemy showing up in this one. Alright. Let's see. Milky Chrysalis is... I'm not sure what that... Oh, that's the voodoo doll. I don't like any of these. Random? Random. Alright. Still need to keep moving. Still gotta find items to buy. Alright, there is my first fire rate upgrade. That'll help me significantly. It would be nice to have a little bit more jump speed, or not jump speed, jumps. There is like double jumps you can get from item boxes. Because when you move this fast, it would be nice to be able to jump around a bunch. And I need more money. Alright, money. There we go, jumps. Fuel cell lets me do 2 charges of my equipment, which I haven't used yet, but this equipment allows me to do a ton of criticals. Did I get a missile drone? Yeah, I must have unlocked a missile drone. Alright. Let's see. Need to keep moving. Alright, health chest up here. Not great. I mean, definitely not the worst. Alright. More drones. Chronobobble 3D printer, no thanks. What is this? Armor plates? I'll do one. Yes. Alright. I don't like flashbangs, so that's useful for me. I thought I saw a scrap machine. If I did, I'm gonna run back here just to check. Because having scrap would be useful. Missile drone, thank you. I thought I saw one over this way. I don't know. I'm not gonna waste too much time looking. But if I could scrap specific items, I could then turn it into those armor plates, preferentially. Oh, there's one here. Sweet. All right. Let's get rid of my shock grenades. Thank you. So scrap lets you get rid of one type of item, and then you can come over to a 3D printer and use it, and it will choose to use the scrap over the gray level items. Alright. So there's 5 armor plates. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's get going. Magma worm. Magma worms. Oh boy. Get a bandolier. All right. That didn't go so bad. I don't think I'm tough enough to fight the boss yet. We are doing pretty good, though. The difficulty is just about to reach max difficulty. There is nothing past the ha 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 difficulty level, which we just reached. So Yay. I don't have any red level or gold items, which, ugh, that's unfortunate. I should have probably tried to go back to the beginning. There's a way on that last level for you to take a teleporter back in time to go back to the first level, and you get to play them all over again at the same, or at the current difficulty. So it would have been max difficulty, but you get to go through the levels again and get more items. But man, look how this guy's just not taking damage from me. I mean, he is, but I should be able to kill that guy a lot quicker than that. I'm gonna have a hard time against the boss. Hopefully I can beat these things a little bit easier. I'm underpowered. Even my equipment, which is supposed to make me do a bunch of criticals, didn't help all that much. Man, they're just destroying my drones. At least you can rebuy the drones. And I'm dead. Alright, so that's what one of these runs is like. Now, if I hit continue, I go back to the main menu and start over from the very beginning of that character. So, we'll end this one here, but you might see more of this coming out.